What's up, YouTube? Tech Guy Hodge here, and in this video I'm doing a comparison between the iPad 3, which is the new iPad, and not the iPad 2. A lot of people have been doing that on YouTube because a lot of them bought the iPad 2 from the iPad 1 and then bought the iPad 3 as well. But this is more of a comparison between the iPad 1 and the new iPad because I believe some people skipped the iPad 2 because I don't know why. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But yeah, so if you're one of those people like me that skipped the iPad 2 but then bought the iPad 3, this will give you a rough idea of what it's like in terms of speed and just powering on, powering off and all the rest of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first power these two devices off. So the new iPad is the one on the left. As you can see, it's got the little camera on the top and it's in white. The first generation iPad is over here. There's not much on here because I've just given this to my brother, so that's why there's not hard much on there at the moment. So let's firstly turn these two devices off. Oops, sorry. Okay, so let me just turn one off first. Let me get it to the screen. Okay, so let's slide these both off and see which one powers off first. So holding on there and let go. So the iPad 1 turned off first. Interesting. The iPad 3 is taking quite a long time. Why that is? Well, it could be because of the fact that I restored the first generation iPad, so it's basically running on straight out, like as if it was out of the box, and there's hardly any apps on there, whereas this has got a lot of apps loaded onto it. I'm not trying to make excuses, I'm just saying reasons, or it could just be, I don't know, it could be anything. So that was a bit weird. So now let's try turning these both on at the same time. There you go. The Apple logo shows up on the first generation iPad first compared to the new iPad. So let's just see. And I think this is much of a better comparison because I do still think a lot of people skipped the second generation. If you're one of the people that were on the first generation and then went to the second one, and then went to the third one like I did, let me know in the comments below. Interesting. The iPad 1 turned off a lot sooner than the new iPad. Okay, let me try another thing. Okay, so okay, let's try this, right? Let me close all the apps on both iPads and see if we get the same results. So closed all on that. Okay, so hold the button. Hold the button. Okay, and now let's power these two off. Okay, the iPad 1 turned off, the new iPad turned off a lot quicker this time compared to the iPad 1. And let me say that again because I think I said it wrong. The iPad 3 turned off a lot quicker than the iPad 1. I think it was the fact that there was a lot of apps open. So yeah, let's see. Now let's turn them on and see what we get. Okay, Apple logo first on the iPad 1 and then on the iPad 3. Okay, again the iPad 1 turns on first, which is a bit weird because the iPad 3 is running a dual core processor compared to the single core on the first generation iPad. So, okay, so that's a bit interesting. Anyway, let's skip that. Okay, so can you see a difference in the screen? First generation iPad, third generation iPad. Yes, no? The thing I'll be honest with you, and I don't know if it's set on full brightness. This one is. Okay, this one is, and is this one? Yep, they're both set on full brightness. So something I realized was with the Retina display, the fact that when I first looked at it, I know this might sound weird compared to what a lot of other people are saying, but this is my personal opinion. When I first looked at it, I didn't see a major difference, even from the iPad 1. I was like, what is there? I don't see it. But then, as I started using it, as you start using it, and then you look at another iPad, like the iPad 1 again, you see the difference, because you've been staring at this high resolution screen for so long. You start noticing the difference. It's not like I was doing okay, I don't know if you did this, but I basically was holding the iPad up to my literally up to my face and seeing if I can see any pixelation. That's just a stupid way of judging it, seriously. If that's what you're doing, you're not gonna see the benefit. Use this if you've got the new iPad, use this for a while, for a week, without even looking at the any other iPad. Use it for like a week or two, and then go back to the other one. You'll see a difference. Trust me, you'll see a difference. Okay, so this is a completely unscientific, I know a lot of people say that, but this is a completely unscientific review. I'm going to try opening some apps. Let's see what opens first. So let's open. The thing is, I haven't really got a lot of apps which are similar because my brother doesn't obviously use the same stuff I do. Okay, let's open the App Store. Where's the App Store? Go. And these are both on the same Wi-Fi. So there you go, the iPad 3 opens it up quicker than the iPad 2. Now let's go to featured. So same time, boom. Again, iPad 3 opens it up quicker than the iPad 1. Now you might be saying, oh, this is not much of a difference, I can live with it. But the little quicknesses add up to a major difference in productivity. So it's up to you. If you think this is fast, then by all means think it's fast. Because I think, at first I was like, oh come on, it's not going to make much of a difference. 2 seconds is not going to make much of a difference to me. But it does end up adding up. Because when if I need to use this for a bit, because this is charging, I end up seeing that lack in speed. Like sometimes I expect it to just be there. Like if I open something, I'm like, hurry up already. So let's open YouTube. Seeing as these are another apps which are the same, I don't hold any personal information. 1, 2, 3. Okay, for some reason I opened up that quicker. That's okay. So the iPad 1, I think they opened similarly the same because I accidentally clicked on the first one by accident. Okay, let's see if okay, he's not. Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, so let's open up a video. Seeing as this is my channel, let's open up my video. Okay, I'm gonna have to search it up on here because obviously my brother's not logged into my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's open up the iPad unboxing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let me do that again because that wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. I didn't click it. 1, 2, 3. See, the iPad one's already at the point of playing. See, it's already playing. This one's still buffering.
What's up, YouTube?
We'll turn the volume down.
And I've finally...
Okay, and this one's just started now. So there is a difference in the two. And obviously this has the multi-touch gestures, so you can go up like that for multitasking. I don't think it's available on this one. I have updated the software, but okay, because I never checked, so let's check. Let's go into settings. Oh, okay, they are there. Okay, so yeah, you do get the multi-touch gestures on both iPads, which is good. See, it's a bit tricky for me to, because I'm trying to look in the camera. So yeah, they both get multi-touch gestures. So now let's open up Safari and see how browsing is compared from the first gen to the third. So let's just open up. Let's just open up something like very text intensive. Okay, let's open up Engadget. Engadget.com. Engadget.com. So let's try hitting go. on both devices at the same time. Did I not type it right? Oh, okay, I didn't type it right on the iPad 1. Okay, gadget.com. Okay, what I'll just do is once they've both loaded, I'll do a refresh. So still waiting for the iPad 1. Still waiting. Okay, so now let's click on them both again and click go. Okay. So the iPad 3 is done and the iPad 1 was just a second behind. But I think, okay, if we scroll down, obviously there's not going to be any checkboxing with these devices. Scrolling is obviously the same. I think it goes further compared to the iPad 1. Like if I go from here to there, it will go further down on the iPad 3 compared to the iPad 1. So it goes further down. It went up to like there on the iPad 3. So let's scroll back up. Okay, that was just a fail, but yeah, anyway. Let's go on a different website because I felt the iPad 1 was a bit slower. Let's go to Macworld. So let's try typing this without messing it up. Macworld.com. Sorry about that. Macworld.com. Spell it right? Okay, hitting go on both at the same time. Oh, and I have cleared the cache and cookies and everything. So this is as if they were loading for the first time. Okay, they both came up with the page at the same time. iPad 3 is done. iPad 1 still going and it's done. So there's like a 2-second difference between the two. Should I zoom in a bit? No, I think it's fine. Should just zoom out. Yeah, so there's like a 2-second delay between the two. So the iPad 3 loads up and then 2 seconds later the iPad 1. So that was just a very, very unscientific speed comparison between the iPad 3rd generation in white over here and the 1st generation iPad. Oh, and by the way, if you watched my unboxing of the iPad 3, I'm just going to call it iPad 3. If you watched my unboxing, you'll know that I bought the smart cover. A day later, I ended up regretting it. And then I just bought this, which is basically a leather case. And the iPad 3 just sits inside it. I don't know if you can see it properly. Yeah, so I just bought this. And it just looks better. It looks a bit more business-like. I like the kind of business look to things that I buy. And the good thing is it has that smart cover capability that it wakes up your device. So there you can see it getting locked. So yeah, and so basically my smart cover is basically sitting on my little wall of boxes, as I like to call it, or wall of fame, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, just a little place where I keep all the best kind of boxes. So yeah, and it's a good case. It's got the cutouts for everything: camera, volume switch, speakers, the dock connectors. It's got the whole lot, and it doubles as a stand, so it's good. So yeah, and there you see again, doubling up, working as the way the smart cover would with the magnets. And if you want to pick this up, you can contact me. I do sell these. If you want to get a hold of one, just let me know. So yeah, this was a quick unboxing. I'm sorry, not unboxing. The reason I said that is because a lot of times all I do is unboxings and then I get lazy. But I thought, no, let's get a bit serious about this. So yeah, this was a speed comparison between the iPad 3 and the iPad 1. And I will see you again another time in another video. Take care, guys.